Hello and welcome to this video. I'm going to be demonstrating a way to get clients via cold emailing. So this is pretty a simple method but highly effective. For me, it's the most important way I actually get clients and the best sort of conversion rates. The good thing is you can schedule emails to go out at any time. So really and truly you can do this work in the evening and the emails will go out the next day. Works perfectly in any industry. Some industries work better, some don't. Now, the reasoning behind me making this video, a lot of people have come to me and said, look, I've been sending out emails, people haven't been getting back to me, I haven't got any clients so far. So what I'm going to do is two parts. I'm going to explain the method, the methodology, so why I'm doing this, all the methods, rather than just show you, but I'm also going to run through it step by step how to get clients. So these are for recruitment agencies, and yeah, if you're working as a recruiter, have your own business or looking to start up, copy this video, do exactly what I'm doing, and I'll be showing you step by step. Now, the important thing to do when you're looking for leads, I use Indeed personally because it's the highest number of job postings, and it's also free for employers and obviously recruitment agencies to post. So with them actually, posting ads, most people are going to use it. Not everyone is going to pay for Read, Total Jobs, CV Library, or Glassdoor, anything, premium. So they're obviously going to post on Indeed, and Indeed has the most traffic as well. So it's, very likely you're going to find the best candidates. For me, Indeed works best in terms of applicants as well. Now, the most important thing, without a shadow of a doubt, is what niche you're working in, who you're targeting, and what type of jobs. Now, this will come from experience. So if you type in admin in London, you are likely, this position will probably get over 100 to 300 applicants. Now, if you're contacting this company, chances are, or very low chance, that they're not going to have many applicants. Apologies, they're going to have a ton of applicants. They're not going to need your service. You're probably approaching people that, they don't need any assistance from recruitment agencies. You have to find jobs, and comes from experience and, working in the industries. 9 times out of 10, companies will use agencies. They have funding for it. If they're working on very niche, IT, tech roles, these people don't apply. I've had positions where I've advertised it for 6 months, 3 months, and I've had no applicants. And I've paid close to £1,000 advertising those roles. However, the cost of filling those positions are very good. So you really need to look at what industry you want to sort of target. So instead of administrator, you might have better chance at typing senior or head admin or something. These are more likely. So hospital manager, this is obviously a private hospital, so it's a private business, but they're looking for somebody with, that's worked in hospitals for many years, probably 2 years. If you can find someone like that, chances are they're very likely to sort of go to you, and they're sponsoring the ad, so they're already funding, they're already paying, and they're probably not getting the results they deserve, or it's very urgent. Now, this would be a perfect sort of company to recruit for, depending on the size of the company. Now, another thing you want to look at after this is, have a look at the company, have a look at their website. Are they a massive company where they've got loads of agencies working with them? Have they got a careers page? So I'll type Control F and I'll type careers, so they don't have it. And another way you can do is careers or jobs at the end into Google. So I always check out sometimes before recruiting for them. So they don't have a careers page. Anyway, let's try and find them on LinkedIn. You could go to their Indeed profile as well and look from there. So I'm not 100% sure they have their LinkedIn. Would it be this? I'm guessing. No. Could possibly be a bad example. Although I have found, so you want to look up the person here. So you want to type HR or talent. Possibly a really bad idea, which does happen. So anyway, head sort of positions, manager roles are definitely harder to fill. So if you're looking at an example of personal assistant, you might want to look at ones that, this is a mining company, I'm guessing. So looking at this company, if you've, the chances are they'd want someone very specific. So yeah, obviously mining company. They've got their LinkedIn page, so they'll probably be looking for someone quite specific. And don't be fooled by mining companies. They have a little amount of employees on here. So a gentleman called Matthew's a CEO. So he'll be looking at, probably the personal assistant is going to be for him. Chances are the salary is very attractive as well. I trust there'll be a lot of applicants, and French for a reason, because he's probably got offshore mining, so they're probably operating under a different name, or in the oil and gas industry or the mining industry. They work off a holding company in the UK, which is very small, so they've probably got a very small office. Um, and they have different companies all over the world operating in different countries. The reason it's French speaking, I'm guessing they have operations in France. So I know this, and I'll definitely mention that in my email. So you could obviously blast out tons of emails from here, or you can do a very tailored made one to sort of attract him and say, look, I understand that you probably got operations in Africa. Would it be preferential that we find you someone that has that experience as well and works for a company? So I've written out a draft email, and simply I would, drop the email in here. It may or may not go through, but we can test it. So hello Matthew, and this is a different sort of email I've just used as a blanket. I want to get in touch in reference for the French speaking, so it's very important to write that speaking personal assistant. Yeah. Sometimes, depending, I do highlight, because not everyone's, he's going to click the email and see, oh, it's a sales email. But if he sees French speaking, it might prompt him to read on. So I saw you advertise and potentially offering our recruitment services for this role. It's a very attractive offer as well, depending, and I've obviously got my signature there. So I'd go ahead and send it. So I'll type French PA. Yeah. Now this may or may not go through. You'll have to have a few other tries. I'm skeptical about his website name as well. So I've also got a facility called MailTrack, which tracks. Let's refresh the page, see if it went through. But that's an example. So that's a very quick one, and targeting those sorts of people, taking your time with it, is also very important. So if you're going for these sort of office staff, you want to try and type executive assistant. Now, looking at these sorts of roles, on the face of it, you might think this is very secretarial. I mean, I'd stay away from the secretaries, the generalist admin staff. You want specialists that are really hard to sort. So this is obviously a business school, and although it's a very nice industry, you might not find someone. So this is a well-known charity called Mencap. I can't remember what they specialise in, but I wouldn't approach them. Mars is obviously, I don't know if that's, anyway. So executive assistants is a very underlooked sort of industry. The reason being, people that need executive assistants are very fussy. They want someone really, really good, and they are more than willing to pay. They've definitely got budget. If you've got someone like a director or a CEO that is willing to pay just to have someone do, help him run his day, it's a very important task, and they're more likely to use an agency. There's an agency called Tiger Recruitment that, I'm not trying to sell executive assistants is the niche you sort of be working in, but I'm going to give a different example as well after that. So I think the email did go through. Sometimes you'd be surprised. I mean, this is oh no, it didn't go through. But I'll look that up later because I do want to email him definitely. But I might send him a LinkedIn message afterwards as well. So I'm going to pick a different industry, and construction is going to be one that I'm going to look at. And I'll tell you how I would approach construction slightly differently. And I mean, I know nothing about this sort of industry. What I would do is go after, I wouldn't go for a plasterer. I mean, it's probably a very lucrative role, but I'd look for a sort of managerial role in construction. Like office administrator is definitely going to 100% going to be filled very easily. They're going to get tons of applicants. Now, this is a very attractive one. Construction sales manager. They've also listed it as important or urgently needed as well. So I would look at this. see if the sort of salaries are pretty in line. Yeah, it looks that's what they're looking for. And I just wanted to see how many jobs there are. So there's quite a few jobs. So in terms of it being in London, Wembley, very attractive. Now I do want to see what this company are. If it's sometimes in construction, they're one man bands, and you end up just chasing these sorts of people. So in construction, I don't like this website isn't the greatest, but let's see how many employees. So it's quite a small outfit. However, if they're looking for a salesperson, it's usually urgent as well. So if it's operations, sales, sometimes project management, those roles are usually urgent. And if they can't find someone good, they're actually losing money. Not in a sense of, they're not bringing in any revenue, but they've probably got some sales going on. But to have someone there that can actually bring in and deliver, is very urgent. Potentially that person could be bringing in, 100k a month, but if they haven't got anyone, then yeah, they're definitely losing money or not generating income. So they're willing to pay for salespeople. It's different. If you can find someone that's had proven track record and has made 100 grand next year, and they're gonna like last year, and they're gonna pay him, 30,000, 40,000, them paying you, 3 to 4 grand, is not gonna make much of a difference to them. So once again, I'm gonna, I should really talk about. So I get his first and surname. Typically 90% of the emails are going to be along these lines. So I'd go to the website and I'll just copy and paste it in here. And, add the at and then the dot in between this first and surname. Copy that. And then I'll obviously go to my sent items. The one that failed earlier. Forward that on. And obviously I need to change the heading. So this may not go through as once, but it's obviously a tried and tested method, and you might want to connect as well with that. So once again, where was I? It was a construction sales manager. So I'd copy this, add it to the title, copy it, and just remove that part. Obviously take off here, one, and I'll take out my duplicate signature. So yeah, and then I'll go ahead and send that across. Once again, while I'm waiting for that, if it comes through, I'm on to my next one. So this is, the company is obviously growing because they've posted 2 jobs. Another one that's going to be, quite good as well is the engineering side. Now, engineering is very hard to sort people after, so people are always going to be more responsive to you. So it's a good industry, but you're going to struggle to find candidates on that side as well. So there's various different industries. I mean, this is what I'll do. I'll target, high-end sort of positions. I wouldn't target, executive search like a CEO position. Because these are going to be, 24,000 for a CEO. I don't know what that is. But this is a personal assistant role. So when people are searching personal assistants, this position might not come up. So you could target this company. They're looking for 4 years personal assistant. Now, they'll probably get 1 or 2 applicants, but if they're not good enough or they're not interested or they give them a low salary, chances are you probably won't find somebody. So it's worth to sort of, let's look this company up. I know this company. It's a recruitment agency. I should have really filtered out recruitment agencies on here, which you can do by advanced settings, exclude staff and agencies. So once again, if you feel confident and you want to prompt these companies to see, they're quite the Nuco. That's a cancer. There's a lot of charities as well. I did look at sort of recruiting for charities as well, because believe it or not, they have a lot of money, some of them as well. So this is another charity as well. So you would want to contact the chairman or the board of directors on that. This is another one. Venture capital is also good, but sort of mining and engineering is also good. And don't just type engineering. Obviously, have the electrical side or oil and gas engineer. Yes, engineer, because they're more sought after or harder to find. So yeah, it's just about who you're targeting and using the method of cold emails. Now let's see if that email went through if I refresh the page. So that one didn't go through, but I wouldn't be too fussed. I'm just using it at demonstration purposes. But to get two bad eggs in a row is very rare for me. So looking at this again, I mean, avoid stuff like this administrator because they're very easy to find. And if you want to test it, post some job adverts and see what you don't actually get applicants for in your area. Um, if you posted a job where it's a personal assistant and you get 200 applicants, that companies are getting 200 applicants as well. You're not really going to find it. But if you find, you post a job about an oil and gas engineer and you get two applicants and they're not very strong, in that area the market is very thin. So obviously the next steps would be for you to start, approaching companies, and then you kind of get, it's all data and learning about the industry. And if you're targeting receptionists, chances are you're going to get nowhere. But if you're targeting senior receptionists that have to have oil and gas experience, chances are you're going to do very well in terms of onboarding clients. Now, the next steps after that, once they come back to the emails, obviously your goal is to schedule a call afterwards. Try to get on the call. Don't necessarily try to sell because they're very interested at that point. They might have a few questions for you. That's why it's quite difficult to not go into something too technical. But obviously, if you've got background knowledge in it, you can have a look at that, have a little chat with people. But it's very clear that the struggle will be afterwards finding the candidates. But for a few £1,000s, and potentially getting your business and desk up and running, you're definitely going to work all day long to find those people, start approaching them on LinkedIn and headhunting from local companies as well, which I will be doing a local video on that as well, how to steal candidates from other companies local, so you don't have to actually go onto job boards or anything. You can just message everyone in the company with that skill set and just say, I've got an opportunity here. It works perfectly if they're underpaid and wanting to leave as well. So I hope this video helped. Hope I didn't just ramble on. And yeah, potentially just a bit of advice. The importance is on the niche and not so much the method. If you ask how many emails should I send out, like the French personal assistant one, I would regard that as quite tailor made with that. So 30 of those with, talking to those sorts of companies that are in a good niche and a good sort of market, chances are that 30 will do it and you'll probably get one or two responses back. If you're doing a very blanket and you're emailing all these people, I would say you have to do 100, but you waste a lot of time. And like this, I don't even know what this is, but chances are in Woking they're not going to find anyone for this. And but for this in London, a receptionist admin, if you're emailing them, chances are you're not going to get anywhere. So it's definitely who you're emailing and what about, rather than just who you're emailing. So the emails are easy to find. It's first name dot surname. If not, I could play about with these and they'll probably go through eventually. So I hope this video helped. Let me know your thoughts and how you're getting along with getting those clients on board.